Welcome back, guys, and I realise I missed something with the greatsword, so before we move on to the hammer, I'll just show you that right now. I don't even need to be near a enemy to do it, and that is, it's right trigger stuff, because everything has a right trigger, and on this, it is just block. You can block. Moving your right, you may notice, can't move. That's how it used to be. You could not move while blocking. But now, you can turn your block.
Oh, that's handy.
Yes, but there's another thing you can do from block, which is, we kick. Into a tackle, into slap. And then you can go into your other stuff. But yeah, you can do some small melee stuff without the weapon. Kick into that barrel, and tackle it. But that's the great sword thing I missed, it's a block. It'll mitigate some damage, but not a lot. But it will make it so you don't really move. You can no-sell some attacks, but you'll still take the damage.
Yeah.
Now we have hammer. This is a blunt weapon, so I'll get into the blunt weapon stuff now. Blunt weapons are really good at breaking monsters' heads or anything that's covered in rock. There's a few things that are. They also do knockout damage. Over time. All blunt weapons and all blunt attacks do. At a certain rate, the enemy will just be knocked out. They'll be stunned for a while. So that's useful. Now, hammer combos. Simple. They're really short. You've got big swing, big swing, big swing. There you go. You've got newer ones that weren't when the hammer was first launched, which is the Big Bang combo. So, Big Bang 2, Big Bang 3, Big Bang 4, Big Bang finisher. Obviously, you can change those about as you need, but much like the greatsword, the hammer can charge. Unlike the greatsword, the hammer can move while charging, and it's not a big debuff to speed. And unlike the greatsword, it doesn't matter about releasing it at the right time. That's me at level 3 charge now. I can just release that whenever, which will be a charged Big Bang, which I can't follow up. Level 3 charge can't be followed up, but level 1 charge can. So can level 2, as you can see at the bottom left there. So level 1, level 2, and that's an upward swing. So that's always handy. Level 3 charge has another unique thing.
Alright.
Because you can move with it, you can also release it while you're moving to get this.
Okay, so that's really what you're wanting to be doing anytime to get in.
This has follow-ups. At 2 swings, you can do another spin the other way. It's based on the amount of spins you do, by the way. At 3 or 4, you do the same one, but a little bit more damage. At 5 and 6 spin slow is when the big one comes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big launcher. Now, something that's new for this game, I think. I've got level 3 charge now. Push circle, and see how my hammer's now glowing? Yeah, that's because I now have a damage buff. A really big damage buff that also buffs the amount of knockout damage I do. So get that, then get that, and you're just knocking things out. Now, important to note, you are not armoured. None of that is armoured. You need to make sure you have the opening.
You're really wanting to pair that up with the ghillie suit?
Not
the ghillie one.
Steadfast.
The steadfast.
Mantle, yes. There's your jumping smash. It's just a good downward smash. Sliding, though, is where this comes into its own. Because, new for this, is that.
Oh!
For steeper hills, where you
That's gonna ruin folks' days.
Yes, for steeper hills, where you just start sliding automatically, and you don't need to worry about stuff. You can be charging from the start, and once you hit level 3, you do more spins. And you can combo off of it. That's the hammer. Pure and simple. It's good for knocking things out. So it's good for hitting, breaking rock parts, good for knockouts. There's your blunt weapons.
Ugh.
So we switch from hammer to a different hammer.
To a spiked horn.
Which is a type of hunting horn. I'll get into that in a second.
That looks really cool.
Because as you can see, when I pull out the weapon,
The
musical
hunting
notes.
horn is a close-range support weapon that plays
Because this is a
satisfying
horn, Mikey.
melodies. Buff yourself
not as
and
any
the team
monster
to
horn,
gain the upper
as
hand.
any toot toot horn. And you've got your list of songs that you can make there.
Mhm.
So if I do the triangle attack, because that's the white one, into 2 circle attacks, I now have attack up, stocked. So,
Ah.
push right trigger, do a swing, play the horn. Everyone in my party now has attack up.
Ah,
This
that
is your
really
buff
cool.
class. But it also does really good damage. It is still a mace.
Hmm.
There's health boost. And if I hold into that, as you see, health boost extended.
Mhm.
Which, now there's a bigger health boost.
Mm.
It's just, that's pretty much all there is to this weapon.
So what's wind pressure negated?
It negates wind pressure. It makes you immune to wind pressure. Some monsters can flap their wings and blow you away.
Right.
That
okay.
makes it so that they can't. Like you see how in the top right now it says attack up S is green
Mhm.
and health boost is purple.
Mhm.
If I do this and then I do this, and get movement speed up and hold that. Oh no, you can't buff self-improvement. Self-improvement just increases movement speed, by the way, which is still handy. You run faster. But if you double play, you get a better version of that buff.
Right.
So health boost is currently purple because I played it twice, and so therefore it's stacked, and you have a health boost large.
Mhm.
That's all there is to the hunting horn. It's your support class. Play your bagpipes. Different types of hunting horns, so different weapons
Mhm.
will have different notes they can play, and with different notes means different set of buffs you can give.
Mhm. Mhm.
You only have 3 notes usually, which is your upswing will be blue for this. Your side swings will be red, and your other side swings will be white. That's just make your songs. As you see, because I put in deflected attack prevention so many times without using it, it is now stopped, which means I just go immediately play deflected attack prevention. And you can do that with multiple things. So let's see, I'll use, there's attack up stocked. Let's stock a defense up as well, so white, blue, blue, and that's also stocked, so I just go, there's defense up, there's the attack up, there's deflected attack prevention.
That's
You
pretty
hold it
cool.
and you get buffs, and as you can see next to my name, which is just Hunter right now, all my buffs are shown.
Mhm.
So Hunting Horn can make or break a fight if you have one in your party, because it can just give you tons of damage and defense.
That's pretty awesome.
And with some of them, you can get armor on attacks, etc. as one of the buffs.
Yeah.
Like you can buff a lot with that.
That was one thing that we never used. Was the
Hunting Horn. It's not. It seems simple, but you need to know your songs.
Yeah.
I don't know if in full gameplay it gives you that list at the top right. If it doesn't, remember your songs.
Unsure.
And your dash attacks are just, they're always with triangle, so they will always play a white note.
Yeah.
For this weapon anyway. So that's a thing to make sure as well, is don't do a jumping attack if you don't want a white note.
Mm.
Here we get to Thunderlance, which is your tank class. Monster Hunter doesn't go with classes in this. You don't need a tank, you don't need a healer.
Mhm.
It's just if you
The
want
lance
someone
is a
who has
close-range
the,
weapon set
if
with
you can even
strong
get the equipment
defensive
to make it so that you
capabilities.
get more
Guard
aggro,
while waiting for a chance to strike.
then you can just tank. This block is the best standard block in the game. Out of all the weapons that have a shield, it'll negate the most damage and you'll be moved less. There's a downside to that. That's its dodge.
Ah.
And that's not even just because I'm blocking. That's just its dodge. You see how long his feet are off the ground there, Mickey?
Not at all.
They are. They're off the ground for a split second when he does the little leap.
Yeah.
That's your iframes. Don't dodge as this class, just take the hit.
Yeah.
But the upside is, you don't need to stop blocking because poke, poke, poke. You can just keep attacking. And if you push circle, like say the monster's you'll get a parry. Which you can cancel early if you want. I don't remember how. I think it's releasing the right trigger. Yes, release the right trigger and you'll do it early. But if you're hit at any point during that, you'll automatically release.
Yeah.
Now, during that counter thrust, you can cancel the counter thrust into something much better.
Okay.
Parry? Nope. Can't be moved, doesn't take any damage. It's the truest guard.
Handy.
It drains your stamina so fast. So that is, oh, this monster is charging up its strongest move. As you can see as well, when blocking, you don't recharge stamina.
Ah.
But monster charging up its strongest move. Cool. That's obviously handy. You've got your standard pokes for if your monster's at ground level. If your monster's not at ground level, do that. You'll hit it in the face.
Yeah.
And if you're surrounded, that.
That's pretty good.
Now, it has got terrible movement options for dodges, but which one is it? Bump. Just run in. You can do a poke. So you can move forward very quickly,
Yeah.
and you can just stop it, which is useful. Always useful. I'm pretty sure you have a guard dash specifically. If I can remember that, that's not it. How do I do the guard dash? Like you can... Ah, it is just, well, blocking. You can do a forward step.
Ah, okay.
Like you can do back, forward. Side is still trash.
Yeah.
That's the lance.
Does it have any neat jumping attacks? Or slides?
Maybe. Obviously, you can chop and change between those to do different combos. Thank you. To do if you're wanting to stab it in the face and it goes down during that. That wasn't a jumping attack. I wasn't even jumping. So, like, say you do get 2 of the high attacks and that knocks it down. You can just go for the mid one, just so that you make sure you hit it. It's a good forward thrust. So if something's in the air, you're gonna hit it.
Yeah.
This is a cutting weapon, which means it's also good at getting rid of tails, so that high thrust. That's the rolling attack, by the way. That was the whole thing, was the slide attack. It's
That
a
is
command one
big.
with your lance out to just keep smacking them. And it can be ended at any time. I ended it a bit late there, so let's go and run. And there you go. Which does 2 attacks, does 2 hits there. But yeah, that's good for getting rid of tails, especially with that up.
Yep.
You can always just aim for the tail. That's the lance. It's your tank weapon. It's really good at it as well. Here's the improved lance to some degree. Some people think it's improved. Gun lance is honestly my least favourite weapon.
Really?
Yep. It's got cool stuff. It's just
The gun lance is a
awkward
close-range
stuff.
weapon that
It
also
has a block
fires
as well,
shells.
but its block
Find an
is
opening,
kind
and
of
then
trash.
put your prey down with
It's
Wyvern's
like the
fire.
mid block. It'll negate some damage, but you can still be moved about with it and stuff like that. Again, you can do pokes from this, but you can only do I like a mid range one. But it's a gun lance, so obviously you've got your ammo counter there next to your sword. Your sharpness meter, so you can shoot. If you do 2 in a row, then get that. You get the worm stake cannon, which is completely new for this. It's you shoot your bayonet off, and it does a bunch of hits and then explodes.
That's pretty cool.
So, but it's dealing constant damage, then it explodes. However, because I've used it, my standard attacks are now trash. So you have to reload your blade.
Oh.
There you go. Now, combos are pretty simple. You can go, you've got your up swing handy. You can do a running attack, which goes into a combo. It is just your standard stand combo, but you can do a running attack as the starter, which is handy.
The evade seems to be a little bit better than the Thunderlance.
Yeah. If you do those, you can either end it with the pile bunker attack, or you can end it with just another stab. Now, the combos could be extended by triangle shelling, triangle shelling, triangle shelling. You can just keep doing that for big damage. But, let's see, can you actually see thing? No. This weapon has an overheat mechanic. Specifically only used for one attack. That's while blocking, push triangle and circle, and if you aim, there you go.
Oh, that's really cool.
Weapon's now overheating. It doesn't affect anything except you can no longer use that attack until your weapon cools down. You'll tell when the weapon's cooled down because the glowing orange bit on the tip will stop glowing.
Right.
As you can see, using the gun or any gun-based attacks degrades your sharpness really quickly.
Yeah, I have noticed that it went down.
To explain for sharpness, it is just you use the item, it'll grind against it 4 times, done. It's always 4, so that'll help if you're trying to judge it. As I said, you can dash cancel it now, but that's...
So, if you, like, say for instance, if you get, like, 3 scrapes with whetstone, can you then cancel out of it and still get some of the...
Nope.
No?
You need to do all 4 or it doesn't count.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, here's a thing. You can move while taking potions in this game. You couldn't in any of the other Monster Hunters.
Really?
You push that button, you stand still to drink your potion.
Oh, that sounds a little bit crap.
Next point. Notice how he's not drinking the potion. Because my health's full. That wasn't a thing in previous Monster Hunters. You accidentally push that use item button, you're done. You've accidentally just wasted a potion because there's no way to cancel it. So, quality of life improvements all around.
Yeah.
Always useful. So, let's move from the gun lance. I made it seem quick there, but it is complicated. You need to remember your stuff. Here's one of my favourite weapons. Power phial means that its phial will do electricity. I'm pretty sure that's what power phial means. Because when it's using phial based attacks, it will do electric. Whereas, if you notice, it's an ice weapon. Right. Switch axe is simple. It is a big axe that you can transform into an even bigger sword. Now, odd part, axe part. Decent momentum for a big weapon. Switch to sword mode.
Trash.
Yes, apparently it's heavier. So,
I wouldn't even go as far as saying it's longer.
what, the sword?
Yeah.
The sword is longer because the blade comes over and attaches. So it does extend the reach.
Yeah, it does a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as the axe, your basic combo is that. Deals decent damage. This is a high damage weapon, no matter what. You can also mash circle for combo. Because you'll do wild swings. Also pretty damaging, which you can follow up with either an overhead, or, what's new for this, straight into a transform.
That's cool.
Yeah. You may notice there's a meter there, which is technically 2 meters. I'll go into the 2 meters part in a second. The green meter is your sword energy. Because your sword requires energy to use.
Right, okay.
Otherwise, why wouldn't you just be in sword mode all the time? And I'll explain that one in a sec. That's it for the axe, by the way. Its right trigger thing is just transform. So, the sword. Slower movement, much faster attack and higher damage. It is better in every way. Now, you notice how that entire meter is now glowing greenish blue.
Yeah.
That's a thing I forgot to say. That is the second meter. It fills. I did a big enough combo that it filled all of it in one. That is used for another sword move. I'll just wait till I've got more sword energy to do it. Doing attacks helps get the sword meter back, but it does recharge over time as well. Right, so sword. Notice how it is now burning.
Yeah.
That's what that meter does, and if you push triangle and circle at any point, do a big stab, mash triangle as hard as you can for extra hits and then explosion.
That's awesome.
Here's the thing. When that sword, you can do that. What?
I just noticed the difference, that the icon for the sword...
when you transform it, it does transform the...
No, it was flashing like blue and red.
That's because it was cooling down.
All right, it's cooling down. Okay.
Yeah, that means that I use that move, the sword needs to cool down, you can't transform at that point.
Right.
So, you can just waste all your sword meter. I don't recommend it, because you'll be without the sword for quite a while. Right, if you're wondering. That elemental discharge, by the way, does not require that other blue meter. You can do that whenever, but when it's full and you do it, specifically only against monsters, it won't show you on anything else in this area. Like, I can't show you it. It's a command grab. You stab the monster and then jump on its back and then start doing the explosion thing. Because normally with that, the monster could just move. It could just go, no, I don't want to be hit anymore, and leave. However, if you've got that meter at full, you're on its back, it cannot move. It can't escape you.
Yeah.
You're doing all of that damage. As you can see, I've used up the sword, so it's got to go to there, at which point it'll reload.
Yeah.
And then it's got to fill up again before I can use it properly. That's this weapon. It's a very high damage, fast attacking weapon.
Yeah.
Jumping attack is the axe, it's just a downward swing, because obviously it has a jumping attack as the sword as well.
It looks a little bit fiddly for drawn out battles.
Yeah,
but it seems to obviously be quite good for...
If you just go ham and just immediately go, well, why not use the sword? The sword's better, just keep doing that, then you use up all your meter all at once and you'll have to wait a long time before you can use it again. So it is all about switching, because you can switch mid-combo as you saw. So, morph, and you can morph as a sword as well.
Yeah.
Now, you notice this combo. That's an infinite of transform combo.
Yeah. And I was noticing that your sword meter was recharging.
Recharges with the axe one, gets used a little by the sword, gets recharged by the axe one. So you could do that. It's not recommended. There's the axe jumping one, which it's the first one that's been a horizontal strike so far. Now, I don't think I can get the sword one on this training area because I can't slide without sprinting in this training area, and I'll put the weapon away, which transforms it to axe immediately. So there we go. So that's your first. Is that the first transforming weapon we've had?
I think
yes.
It was.
Yeah, gun lance doesn't technically transform. Here's the other transforming weapon, and by far the most complicated one.
Yep, this is another weapon I used.
And I don't just mean from transforming weapon, this is the most complicated weapon in the game to use. because it has 3 transformation states.
The charge blade
You've
has
got
2 forms.
sword and shield.
Sword and axe.
It's got a decent
Store
block.
up energy in a phial.
Yeah.
Then release
It's got standard sword and shield block. It'll block a tiny amount, kind of thing. It's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
You've got your standard sword slashes. You've got your charge move, which will use your elements, elemental phial, which I'll get into in just a second. You've got the transform. Now you have a really big axe. Again, basic combos with triangle. You don't want to be pushing the circle yet. And I'll get into that. Now, this weapon can, if you don't know how to use it, you'll be screwed.
Right, okay.
Because you see those empty files up in the top left.
Uh-huh.
As you combo with this sword mode, it will
Turn yellow.
it'll go yellow, then
Then
it'll
red.
go orange, then they'll go red eventually. I want it
Charged
to
up
be red.
too much
There
blade
we go.
energy. You
Now,
need to charge
you're going to
so
notice
that your
something.
attacks don't
My
get
sharpness is
deflected.
at green. Bonk. You can't hit anything. Everything you do will bonk off. You can't cut enemies anymore.
You've charged up too much blade
Because
energy.
your
You need to
sword
charge
is
so
just
that your
too
attacks don't get deflected.
full of elemental energy, it doesn't technically have a blade anymore. So what you want to do,
You've
Let's
charged
go
up
right
too
trigger
much
and circle,
blade energy. You
charge
need
your
to
files,
charge so that your
now you
attacks
have
don't
full
get
files.
deflected.
and it's back to raw. Now the files are used in axe mode. Only axe mode.
Right, okay.
I think, actually, I'll just double check that. Check, see if the sword's charge slash uses files. It doesn't, so yeah, only in axe mode. Now, you can mash circle for a discharge combo, which is, you just use a file to do a lot of elemental damage as well as your raw damage. And there you go. Now, that's not a good one, I'll say. By the way, the different levels, like yellow, orange and red, what that changes is how many of the files will become charged.
Right, okay.
At yellow, I believe it's 3. At orange, it'll be 4. At red, it'll be all 5. So as you saw, I had 2. I only needed to get yellow to get them full.
Yeah.
Now we'll transform again, and we'll use apt elemental discharge because I have full files. So, and that will do a big old attack right there. It's a decent attack. It does decent damage. You never want to use it. Well, you do eventually. I'll get into when you want to use it in just a second. So, full files, switch weapon, push that elemental discharge again, but while it's charging, push right trigger. My shield is now buffed, as you can see in top left, that's pink. I can now block a lot more. It's now at gun lance levels of blocking. It's not quite lance, but it is at gun lance. And we're still not done. This weapon requires work to get to full potential.
I just realised that it used all your files there.
Yes, the buffs take all of your files, and you can't do them without maximum files. So, now, we will go for this again. Wait till it goes. Didn't do it right. Didn't do it right.
I assume that this one that you're going for is a sword buff.
It buffs the sword, because you see there's a sword symbol next to the shield as well.
Yeah, I was just assuming different images.
Yes, and also, think note, with the shield being buffed, the shield is also the blade for the axe.
Which is buffed.
Yes, so that will do more damage in axe mode now.
Right.
And with the sword buff, the axe mode will do even more damage. So you want...
that's because like the full weapon's like buffed. I assume.
Yes. And that's it. You get your buffs, you do your buffs. You become possibly the highest damage.
So how long did the buff last? Ah, that long.
Yep.
Okay.
They last about a minute.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh,
they did.
no.
The buff didn't go away. I just put the weapon away. So yeah, that's the jumping slash. Well, that didn't get pulled out fast enough. But yeah, the Phials thing makes this a difficult weapon to use, especially if you're just coming into it and
Yeah.
you get full Phials and you're sitting there like, why am I not allowed to hit this monster anymore?
Mm-hmm.
It can be infuriating. Hopefully this will stop people from thinking that.
Yeah.
But
Well, that is stuff that I never knew about that weapon, so I was
yeah.
probably using it wrong.
Yeah, you can use it in sword and shield mode. It is still a stronger sword and shield.
Mm.
And the axe is still a equal power greatsword. But with the buffs, it brings it higher than that.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you do these strikes as well, if you have full buffs and then decide I'm going to get my Phials full again, and then you do that elemental combo, you'll be racking up the biggest damage.
Yeah.
Like, it's absurd how much damage you get with that. So if you can get to that level, do it. I'm not 100% sure on the timing with the sword transformation. I'll do something else with that in a second. I might try that after getting everything else we're going to be doing today done, because I'm going to be stopping this video just now, and then we're going to move on to the ranged weapons, because they're a bit complicated. So bye for now, guys.